Maybelline, we got you. And to the bronzexuals, beware.
Oh, crap. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Because we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! Time to roll. Good morning. Welcome to the wacky bronzexual Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And this hour of said program is brought to you by BetUS.com. Use the code Snowman to get 125% deposit match on your deposit. BetUS.com, where the game begins. The big dog Shane Lake is with me. We got Vikalai in the comments this morning. And I don't know where to start, but I'll start by saying this. I believe in my heart that the Cleveland Indians are in trouble.
They did one thing stupid in the first two games of this series. They let Aaron Judge get his swing back.
And boy, he hit one last night that hasn't landed.
Yeah, I think it's still orbiting to this morning.
It's orbiting around New Jersey. And he cracked that dead center field.
Yeah, that thing's going to end up in the Hudson.
Yeah, we'll go over that. Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper have switched teams. You'll hear our thoughts about that. Preview of what we're going to do Saturday night or Saturday period. And, well, a preview of what we're going to do Sunday. And Jody may join me.
Ooh.
I'll explain why in a moment. Notice I said May because we got to travel to Chicago on Monday.
Yeah, and there's also the pressing topic, as you discussed Hurricane Milton. Where is Tampa Bay going to play next season?
All that and more, but let's get started with the whip around presented by Fanatics. You know it's bad when old Snowman can't talk this morning. This whip around is presented in part by Fanatics. Use the code Snowman to get 25% off of your order. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. The Golden State Warriors put a foot in the Lakers' last night in preseason and remain undefeated in preseason. 111-98 the final. Steph Curry had 16 points, and that's about it.
Pretty much.
We mentioned it a few moments ago. The Tropicana field is destroyed. The roof is destroyed, which begs the question, where are the Tampa Bay Rays going to play? Because they're scheduled to open their season on March 27th, 2025 against the Colorado Rockies. We'll discuss that and a whole lot more. 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall is back at practice this week. Kyle Shanahan did not say whether he will play or not, but Pearsall is back at practice after being shot early in the summer. And I had a chance to look at Mr. Pearsall. He looks pretty damn good. And he's gonna come in handy. And there is a possibility, albeit a small one, that we may see the return of one Christian McCaffrey.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
We'll keep our eyes updated on that one. And that's the Whip Around presented by Fanatics. Get your gear, get your favorite player, get your favorite team's gear at Fanatics. Use the code Snowman to get 25% off of your order. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Time to take a break, for me to have a little breakfast, and we will discuss Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper changing teams again. And I'll tell you why I don't care about either of those moves. And y'all are going to like it. The dog is trying to be diplomatic with me. I'm going to make him laugh so hard that he won't have a choice but to agree with me. Maybe. We will see.
Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
and how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Williams stood 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning on this Wednesday. To the Fanatics Feedback Zone we go. Victor is with us in the chat. Couple minutes in, he says, "Good morning, gentlemen. I'm so tired this morning." Victor, I feel every bit of that statement. AB joins us from Indianapolis, Indiana. He says, salute to you, my friend. If y'all haven't had a chance to go check out AB Media's content, I suggest you do so. There's a lot of humor, but there's a lot of serious topics brought up also. Our serious topic is sports. And there were 2 trades made.
Yep.
Involving Davante Adams and Amari Cooper. As the dog informed me, Davante Adams is now with the New York Jets.
Reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. And the way that news broke outside of the traditional way was he actually crashed Aaron Rodgers' segment on the Pat McAfee show yesterday.
The New York Jets.
I mean, they do need some wide receiving core because they got Jack right now.
And to think they nearly got it right in week 1 in running the offense through, guess who? Breece Hall.
Yeah, I mean,
Breece Lightning.
Yeah, and now that they've got Davante Adams, I hate to say it, I think Breece Hall is about to become expendable.
Yep. And I would not be surprised if he became expendable within a week. I hate saying that because but these are the Jets we're talking about. All right.
Okay.
And if you look at that, if you look at their season so far, they played like
Well, what do you expect from this generation of Jets jokers right about now?
Thank you for that. What is Davante Adams going to bring to the? I want an honest answer. I want an honest answer, and I want an honest answer from those in the chat because I can't find one. Seriously.
What's he going to bring?
Thank you. That's the question I wanted to ask.
3 things. And quite simply, it's literally 2 letters and a number. WR1. He will be the primary target for Aaron Rodgers going forward. We all know this. His numbers are about to go through the roof playing with Rodgers.
Right. And I mean, Aaron may finally get that 300-yard game. Finally.
Yeah, but are the Jets going to win in that?
No. Because he should have had a 300-yard game on Monday. I mean, the Jets left 20 points on the table on Monday. 20.
Yeah.
The Bills left 17 points on the table at the very least.
Which would have made that a tie game going into overtime. But
exactly.
Look at what happened. The Bills ended up squeaking one out.
The Jets season is finished. Finito. Done.
They'll
It
be
doesn't
lucky
matter
if
if
you
you get
see a wild
Devontae
card.
Adams. You could Victor says you could say they have a dual threat now with Adams and Hall. Yeah, but here's the problem. It's the Jets, part one and part two. Who the hell is their coach? Thirdly, and Maggie and Perloff, let me shout them out, were the first ones to discuss this. I'll put the question out there for those in the chat, and I'll put it out there for my partner here. Is it too little, too late for the Jets with the trade for Devontae Adams?
Yes, it really is, because the Jets haven't had a concise win or a clear-cut offense since the start of the season.
Right.
And that's the biggest problem.
Yep.
Granted, look who they've gone up against. I think their biggest test has been Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to end up leaving points on the table for Buffalo to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot for what New York has going down the road, because their schedule only gets worse.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially with a short week coming off of a Monday night game. Coming off of a Monday night game. Matter of fact, peek at the Jets schedule and see who they have next.
Steelers Sunday night.
Well, that's an L.
Then they come
I'm
into New England,
and I'm saying that not being a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And that whole quarterback debacle.
And it is a debacle. I don't care what anybody else says. It is a debacle. If you look at that quarterback situation, we'll touch on that later. We're talking about Devontae Adams being traded to the New York Jets. And you know what? Matter of fact, I will allow Shane to do his duty as our web person. And I can't find it. Yeah, I can. It's right here.
I got the Jets schedule in front of me.
Why don't we make this our question of the day? Is it too late for the Jets with the trade for Devontae Adams? Make your comments down below. I say that it was too, and I hate sounding like a homer, and I know Ryan McCarthy is going to appear and say Homer pick.exe executing, and I know that. And Ryan, I love you for that. But their season died in Santa Clara. Period. Point blank, end of story. Their season died in Santa Clara.
Their season died in Santa Clara, and it's going to be officially covered in dirt when Houston comes into town on Halloween. Because the next handful of games, you got Pittsburgh this Sunday night.
Yep.
They're on the road for that game. They're on the road in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're at home for Houston, on the road for Arizona, and then back-to-back home games, Indianapolis and Seattle.
And Indianapolis is December 1st. Oh, dear God. December 1st.
No, December 1st for them is Seattle. They got Indy November 17th, and then they have the bye week.
Okay, November 17th. I'm thinking December 1st, Indianapolis, New England.
Yes, that's going to be
that kicks off our triple header. We'll talk more about that after the break. I think the Jets season is finished.
Yeah.
And it died a long time ago. Robert Saleh was set up to fail in New York. He was set up to fail because, they brought in a defensive coordinator who could be a fabulous coach for them. And don't be surprised if Robert Saleh is found wandering around Santa Clara again.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But they didn't give him the weapons.
No, he was set up to be doomed off the bat with this team.
I mean, Zach Wilson, for God's sakes. What does that tell you? Zach frickin' Wilson.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Zach frickin' Wilson. Is that enough evidence for you that he was set up to fail? And they didn't put, say, Breece Hall, who they drafted. Say, Breece Hall. They didn't fix the problems.
No,
i.e., their offensive line.
Exactly, and that is their biggest hang-up right now is the offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Why haven't they paid attention to that? It's so stupid that they have not paid attention to the offensive line.
Now, I'm looking through things right now, dealing with the stats for the Jets.
Yeah.
34 of 83 on third down conversions.
And the percentage is?
Off the top of my head, you're looking at about 40%, give or take. They're 0 for 3 on fourth down.
Damn.
Their total rushing yards, this is where they're getting beat. They've only had 523 total rushing yards while giving up 745.
Yeah. And I can tell you where 147 of those rushing yards came from. J.P. Mason. They got run over.
And in the turnover department, they are overall this season -1 on the turnover department.
And to think the Jets beat Buffalo last year to open up the season when Aaron Rodgers went down. You know what? I'm going to improvise. And Ryan's not going to like me for this, but Aaron Rodgers, sit down. Dear Aaron Rodgers, you're done. You're finished. Adios, amigos. And I'm not saying it just because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying it because he doesn't have the talent to compete anymore. And yet, the Jets staff, and it comes from a place higher than the coaching staff, keeps throwing him out there. He's going to take one vicious hit, and he's going to get hurt, and he ain't going to come back. And it's the offensive line's fault. No, change that. It's the organization's fault for not fixing the one glaring problem that they have had for the past 3 years.
Front seven.
Yep. You don't have a tight end who could catch. You don't have an offensive line that can block, save Elijah Vera Tucker, and even that I'm calling into question. You have not addressed it. I mean, Laken Tomlinson was a former 49er, and now he has just sucked ass.
They've given up 20 sacks, that front seven, by the way.
And look at the defensive line. Another former 49er, Javon Kinlaw. They're not using him. This Jets coaching staff and this Jets front office is just plain stupid. Because they have not solved the problems they needed to solve at all. Period. Point blank. End of story. And now they trade for Devontae Adams? What's he going to do? What is he going to do that the Jets haven't tried already? Huh? What is he going to do that the Jets have not tried already? How about the fact that they need to just punt the season away, really take a look in the mirror of what they need to do, and do it? Because this season's a wash. This season's done. Finito. Done for. This season is done for. And Aaron Rodgers, part of it is on you. Now beat it. Should we put a lot of the blame on Aaron Rodgers or not? Make your comments down below. This Saturday, we got a big one for you. The 5th-rated Georgia Bulldogs take on the top-rated Texas Longhorns. Yours truly, Brian Snow, will have the call, and Chris Simpson will join me on the color commentary. That's this Saturday. We'll start our pregame at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This portion of the show is brought to you in part by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, Amari Cooper has now changed addresses. Is it too late for him?
Yep.
Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Joy to join us later, and we're going to open the arcade at the top of hour 2, and of course, you know what's going to happen at the bottom of hour 2. Now, we turn our attention to Amari Cooper. And I know a lot of people are saying, who? Yeah, Amari Cooper once upon a time was with the Cowboys and was being used correctly. Then Cleveland called.
Yep. And in the overall deal, the Bills ended up receiving Cooper in a 2025 6th-round pick for a 2025 third and a 7th-round selection in 2026.
What the was that?
Yep. And here's the thing. The Browns apparently tried to make deals with Amari, but he's in the final season of a 5-year deal he originally signed, well, ironically, as a member of the Cowboys.
Yep.
Cleveland converted the majority of the $20 million base salary into a signing bonus, and that's probably what helped lead to Buffalo making a move.
Droid, your thoughts on this deal of Amari Cooper going to the Buffalo Bills?
We needed him more.
The first words out of this man's mouth is being a greedy little bat about things. Come on, dog. Let's be real.
Shush, your Patriots season is over. We at least have playoff chances.
Well, there's no lie there.
Listen. When Rashee Rice is out for half of the season, Marquise Brown is out for the rest of the season plus playoffs, and our wide receiver one is dollar store Tyreek Hill. We need a wide receiver.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You guys weren't in play. Look what Buffalo did. Congratulations. You guys are still in the market. So much for being greedy in Kansas City.
I'm going to say, if Tyreek Hill comes back to KC, I'm throwing the season away.
The only way Tyreek Hill will go back to Kansas City is if Taylor Swift opened up the checkbook. You're welcome.
Why'd you have to say that? And I'm chomping on a sandwich.
What'd I say?
Shut up.
You know exactly what you said.
What'd I say?
Shut up. Shut up. Victor Locke in the chat says, I'm going to say no. I don't know if Josh Allen is a better fit, but he can't do any worse than Deshaun Watson.
That is true.
See,
Oscar the Grouch wouldn't want to play with Deshaun Watson. Let's be real here.
And while we're on the subject of Cleveland, they messed their whole future up signing Deshaun Watson to that ridiculous, and I do mean ridiculous, 5-year guaranteed deal. And what has Deshaun Watson done since?
Absolutely nothing.
Not a thing.
I'll spell it out for you. Nothinng.
I'll say it in a way that a late friend of mine used to say it. Nothing. Nothing. Especially throw the ball to Amari Cooper. I mean, Joe Flacco did a better job of throwing it to Amari Cooper than Deshaun Watson did. And now Amari Cooper has Josh Allen throwing the ball to him. You know, this move for Buffalo for me is a replacement for Stephon Diggs. Because in my eyes, maybe I'm old. No, I am old. Maybe I'm old. I'm too old school for my own good. But I don't see Amari Cooper as a wide receiver one anymore. Am I wrong in that assessment?
But you're going to trust Khalil Shakir as your wide receiver one?
I don't trust any wide receiver in that core.
What are you going to trust?
If I'm being totally straight with y'all, I trust no one in that wide receiver core.
The only one you can really trust is their tight end, Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid. Yep. Because they've gone more to Kincaid than they have to their other all-pro tight end and Dawson Knox. Y'all notice that?
To To be fair, Dawson Knox has regressed a lot.
Yes, he has. And part of that is that he is not being used in that offense. And when the offense was like really dynamic, they had a running game, and Dawson Knox was their key tight end, and they had receivers that Josh Allen can throw the ball to take the pressure off of him running the ball 25 times a game.
Now, just to settle all this, I just looked up the receiving core for Buffalo. You got Shakir, you got Curtis Samuel at wide receiver 2. Wide receiver 3 is Mac Hollins, and backing him up is Keon Coleman.
And then backing Coleman up was MVS.
Curtis Samuel.
At WR2.
49er.
The former Ohio State Buckeye.
And
former Carolina Panther.
You really going to trust those people before getting Amari Cooper?
No.
I would rather, honestly, no. I can't.
Nope. Can't do it. Can't make me.
Amari Cooper anymore because he's been Deshaun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might not trust Cooper anyway, but he is an upgrade over every last one of them on that core.
Save Dalton Kincaid.
Mm.
Save Dalton Kincaid. The Bills need their running game, which means James Cook. I believe James Cook is injured right now because he didn't play Monday night.
Who's the running back one right now?
James
Cook. He's listed as questionable right now.
Cook.
Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson.
Who?
Ray Davis is third.
What?
Get Stone Cold. Shut up a second. And the fourth one, get this, Frank Gore.
What?
Uh-huh.
Frank Gore Jr., right? Out of Southern Miss?
Dude, no. Frank Gore Sr.
What?
That ain't right.
Hang on, I'm looking. Yeah,
Frank
they don't
Gore?
have it listed as junior, but it has to be.
Yeah, it's Frank Gore Jr.
College out of Miami. Yeah, draft info 2005.
That's senior. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's senior.
That's senior.
I was about to say, Snowman, he didn't retire yet.
Yeah, that's senior, dude. That's senior.
He might retire after this year since, Buffalo's not playing him.
Yeah.
I swear he signed a 1-year contract with a 1-day contract with San Francisco to retire as a 49er. Now I'm confused.
The last time he was used, according to the big network, was 2020.
I'm taking a look at this. And the Bills are in first place in the AFC East, even with all their injury problems. What's new? What's new?
Mm.
And what makes it so bad for every other team in that division, including the Miami Dolphins, including the New York Jets, and including the New England Patriots, the Bills have not played that well. The Bills have not played that well. And yet.
Yeah, exactly.
They're up a game. They're up a game, I think.
Yeah.
To be fair, your division is the New England Patriots, the New York Jets, and the Miami Dolphins.
And yes, double checking everything. Apparently, the big network once again has problems because Gore is a football personnel advisor in San Fran. So
I told you
the big network has problems with their listing. They probably meant junior.
Which is why I went to the Bills site. Yeah, Frank Gore retired as a 49er, and he's now an advisor to San Francisco.
Yeah,
you can actually still get him in fantasy.
Go figure.
No thanks.
Well, that just means even the fantasy side is screwed up because they have it listed. They probably mean junior, but for some reason they don't have everything lined up, and it's coming up as senior.
You know what? Let me take a look here. Live research, folks. Frank Gore Jr. with the Buffalo Bills. It's Junior.
Yeah, and that means they don't have it fully listed as Junior, and that's why everyone's getting confused.
Yeah, it's Junior.
We're only getting confused because the NFL and the Buffalo Bills are screwing it up, like they always do.
And they don't even have him listed on the active roster, according to what I'm looking at.
No, as I'm looking right now,
I believe he's on the.
He's fourth string.
Yeah, he's on the. He's on the
EPS.
He was also
practice squad.
elevated. Yeah, but he was elevated from the practice squad for the game against the Jets on Monday night
because of the injury to James Cook.
Yep.
Because of the injury to James. You know, you want to talk greed? Here you go. And I'll put it in the form of a letter, an open letter to Kyle Shanahan. How am I going to do this? I'll do it this way. As we talked about last segment, and I'm looking at buttons here. Dear New York Jets, you fool!
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
Let me do this. And since we got a few minutes, hey, yo, Kyle Shanahan, you want to pull a fast one like you did 2 years ago? Place a call to the Buffalo Bills. Why? There's a fella named Frank Gore Jr. who would be perfect in that San Francisco offense. Perfect.
Greed.
Shut up.
Greed.
Shut up. At least we have the access to get him.
Don't remind me.
So, John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, keep your eyes peeled. Frank Gore Jr. is out there. You know what Senior did for the 49ers. And you're minus Christian McCaffrey. JP Mason's great. Isaac Orendo's great. But wouldn't it be great to have, and you don't have Elijah Mitchell either. Wouldn't it be great to have that third running back in your stable? Frank Gore Jr. is out there. Just saying.
I'm going to be honest, no man. The children of NFL players haven't been the most amazing. I point to Randy Moss's son Thaddeus as a prime example.
I would say Marvin Harrison Jr., but he's also injured currently.
I think Frank Gore Jr. can break that trend. All you have to do is put the children of NFL legends with the right team.
Yeah, at the time, Thaddeus Moss got drafted by the Redskins with Arthur Smith still there.
That should tell you something right there. So, just saying, John Lynch.
And also just saying,
Frank Gore
Jr.
is out there.
You want a backup tight end for George Kittle? Thaddeus Moss is actually in the UFL, and he's doing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Why do y'all
you could place a call to Thaddeus Moss.
Why do y'all gotta be so greedy?
Because you can't.
Because we actually have the assets and the money and the ability to. Because remember, you sold your entire future for.
We didn't sell our
set.
That's not my doing. That's the old timey crotchety idiot in the head office who's trusting someone who's
sold your entire future.
I'm not the one running the team.
Brissett.
I'm not the one that made the idiot move here. I was saying,
and neither did Bears fans, but we still say they sold their entire future.
Hey, we get it right.
They sold more. Get it right, Droid. They not only sold their entire future, they risked it with an extension for DJ Moore.
Could be worse. We could have done what they did down in Dallas with CD Lamb and Dak Prescott.
That is
did
a
y'all see
later
what I
subject.
responded to Victor with when he said I was greedy?
We'll talk about that later. That's Snowman's take. What's yours?
Y'all too damn greedy.
Shut it.
We'll take a walk down memory lane because something very special happened on this day in 2005. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
You know, every Friday we have a guest picker, and I got 3 of them lined up. In 2 weeks' time, Rod Peterson from the Rod Peterson Show will join us. Next Friday, we'll be joined by the lovely Deb Whitkus, making her second appearance as our guest picker. And this Friday, we will be joined by the one and only A Pizzle. Alex Putnam will join us to be our guest picker Friday morning.
Well, he went 10-3 this past week with his picks in the chat. So let's see what he does this upcoming week.
Yep. A Pizzle will join us to be our guest picker this Friday. All right. Let me find something really quick. And while I'm doing that, this doggone mouse don't want to work. I got to get it back up, mouse. Coming up later on today.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPN, now approve all this.
Oh, Lord, help us on this
Say it,
one.
Shane.
Oh, City Field!
Thank you. It was on this day in 2005 where my beloved White Sox clinched the pennant in Anaheim, California. Now, I can't find the element I'm looking for. Darn you, Cole. Yes, I can. Let's take a stroll, shall we? 2005, the year of the White Sox, the year the White Sox won it all, the year that no one gave them a chance, quite honestly. And yet, with all of that, came this day in 2005. A day that I never thought I'd see, my pop never thought I'd see, Victor never thought he'd see, and all of us White Sox fans never thought we'd see. Because on this day in 2005, Jose Contreras hurled a complete game, the fourth in succession for the White Sox. And thanks to Joe Crede, Paul Konerko, Tadahito Iguchi, and the rest of that lineup, the White Sox clinched the pennant. And I still can't believe it to this day.
It's hard to believe that they threw 4 straight CGs.
We'll never see that again.
No, you won't.
Never
because most of the pitching staffs nowadays, you're lucky if you get 6 out of them in a game.
And the White Sox threw 4 consecutive complete games. The last time that happened for the White Sox was 1974. Wilbur Wood, Jim Cott, Don Johnson, and then Wilbur Wood again. In that ALCS, it went Mark Burley in Game 2, John Garland in Game 3, Freddie Garcia in Game 4, and, of course, Jose Contreras in the clincher in Game 5. Oh, and by the way, Cub fans, we didn't have to see a
Game 7.
You want me to throw a bigger stat at you on this one, Snowman?
Go for it.
As of this year, the White Sox are the only team to throw complete games in a playoff series since the beginning of league championship play in '69. That's how rare that
Will you repeat that again, please? Repeat that again.
As of this year, the 05 White Sox in the ALCS are the only team to throw consecutive, not just the 4 straight, just consecutive complete games since league play in '69. That's how rare what they. That's how rare what they did truly is.
Memories. Oh, Lordy. And I think I have the highlight that will I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Mm.
Because I didn't expect to see a pennant clinching in my lifetime. I really didn't.
I could say the same thing until 2004 with my team.
Yep. But then this happened.
American League MVP that year, Nellie Fox. Cy Young Award winner, early win. Ground ball to first. The White Sox have won the pennant.
This is courtesy of Fox Sports.
Jose Contreras goes all 9. And the White Sox are going to the World.
Unbelievable.
Mark Burley won.
Believable. Go ahead, Shane.
Mark Burley won game 2.
John Garland won game 3. Freddie Garcia won game 4. And Jose Contreras won the clincher.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, 6 days later, Jose Contreras started the World Series on a Saturday night on the South Side. You think we weren't jumping up and down? Huh?
Paul Konerko was named ALCS MVP. He finished the series stroking .286, 2 homers, 7 RBIs.
And those 2 homers came in Anaheim. A 2-run shot in game 3 to make it 3-0 White Sox then. And then in a very funny story, which I'll share after the break, a 3-run homer in game 4 off of Irvin Santana, which sent the White Sox on their way to an 8-2 victory in game 4. They won game 5 by a final of 6-3. And since we are pressed for time, we got to end our stroll there. Let's take a break because we're at halftime. And I have something to take care of, so we got to take an extended break. When we come back, hour 2 of this spectacular, and yes, it is spectacular, to all of the other sports morning shows, we're coming for you. Hour 2 after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you total football talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I may have. Oh, jeez. I think I may have made a mistake. I think Deb is confirmed for next Friday.
Okay.
I think Deb is confirmed for next Friday. We'll get it all together. We'll get it all together. Yeah, she's confirmed for next Friday. So it's Pizzle this week and Deb next week. And next Friday we'll do our picks at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll do them live so everybody can see what our picks are, and
just like we did last time, it's going to be a nice little half-hour special for you guys.
Yep, and it's going to be a Donnybrook. I'm saying that right now. It's going to be a Donnybrook. So that's next Friday. Next Friday, Deb Whitkus will be our guest picker, and it'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right. I had put something on hold for about a month now.
Yeah, well, that's mainly because the construction company's been busy attaching it to the garage.
Oh my God, yes.
Droid, you ready for this one?
You're damn skippy, I am.
You better be. Because I was working hard on the construction of this. And we're going to introduce something that the guys gave me an idea about. And that's a discussion on esports. Now, when they brought it to me, both Droid and the dog said, Snowman, I said, what? You need to create something for us. What am I creating? And then they whispered in my ear what they wanted. And an evil smile crossed my face.
And now all I've got to say is the token machine is plugged in, and I see Pac-Man starting to chomp on them fruit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, time to open up the arcade.
Take it away, boys.
Kick it, Droid.
Oh, Lord, it's so good to finally get this thing open.
I'm getting too old for this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to press that button. My
Snowman, we got the pinball machine set up. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Good.
But to start this off, I want Dog to talk about his favorite esport.
What you got now for me, brah?
The eNASCAR Coke Series at that season and how it ended.
Oh my good Lord. Gravy, dude, that was insanity. In which I'm still trying to actually get Parker White to come on to talk about that, by the way.
I love it.
I mean, the finish to that season, and just so everybody knows, with the eNASCAR Coke Series, and this is kind of one of the bigger reasons that it's kind of being headlined. $100,000 went to the champion of the season. Yes, what I do for a hobby, someone actually got $100,000 for being a champion of the top series.
Wow!
And that champion
is
fellow Mainer and 17-year-old Parker White, who drives for Williams Esports, as in the same Williams that has had professional drivers including Nigel Mansell, Ayrton Senna, and Alain Prost.
And don't forget the same Williams. That's the same Williams that developed the man we love in Formula One today, George Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have two good buds in the eNASCAR Coke Series, the top series, by the names of Wyatt Tinsley and Graham Bolin. Graham Bolin actually made the championship which I am very proud of him.
Boy, had himself a great season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, he barely squeaked in.
That just tells you how competitive it's been.
He was fighting so hard, and sadly, Wyatt didn't make the playoffs as he didn't stay in the top 20 by the end of the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wyatt just had a bad string in the summer that kind of hurt.
But an amazing season. I think we have the Xfinity season now.
It's the eNASCAR College Series running the Xfinity cars. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the College Series going on now. I think we're in race 2.
Which also sees a lot of the guys who ran in the Coke Series, including Parker, who's representing University of Maine in Augusta, and Daniel Falkingham. Wyatt's in there as well. Daniel Falkingham, another fellow Mainer who's in there representing Umain Machias.
What I actually didn't know about Wyatt was that he's from Virginia.
Oh dear. Oh wow. Oh wow.
So
I was
I'm just
saying
going to
oh
assume
dear to
he's
a comment I
representing
read. I'm
his
sorry.
home. I'm just going to assume he's representing his home college of the University of Virginia.
Home with the Cavaliers.
Yep.
Either he's representing UV or VT. It's one of the two.
I'd have to take a look at the last race, to be honest with you. I've been doing a lot of research for today's show, including trying to figure out where the Tampa Bay Rays are going to play next season.
We'll save that for tomorrow. We'll save that for
We
tomorrow
have
because that's going
a
to require
lot
a little bit.
of moves going
Bookmark.
on within the esports realm, including at my beloved team, the Kansas City Pioneers. They have let go of both their Apex and Rocket League roster after their respective seasons.
Oh wow.
Their Rocket League roster consisting of Super Locky, Amphis, and Fiber with Mock as their coach. And their Apex roster consisting of Bez as their coach. And I believe that's Onmu, Deeds, and I forget the last one, but I know Onmu and Deeds were the two other players.
And yes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the esports world is financially beneficial if you invest in it properly. Droid and I would know that because we kind of used to do that.
And another thing that happened while we were stalling the opening of the arcade.
I'm sorry, the bulldozer got stuck. What do you want me to do about it?
I take fault. I take fault for that because I had so many problems with the construction of the arcade. I had to strip the foundation down and I had to rebuild it. So y'all saw what you saw this morning from the complete rebuild. Go ahead.
Oxygen Esports has ceased operations as Kraft found out that esports isn't really that profitable unless you are the top organization in the world.
And yes, we're talking about that Robert Kraft.
Dear God, not the same. Not the same.
The same.
Oh, jeez.
He found out that he wasn't making money. He was actually losing money on the forefront, so he decided to completely cease operations instead of selling the team.
Stupid.
Such a Kraft move, too. So Oxygen Esports loses all of their rosters, including their Rainbow Six roster, their Rocket League roster, their Apex roster, their Call of Duty roster, their Valorant roster, and more, including their two NASCAR drivers.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see where those two guys end up at the end of the year.
Please, I want 3 in KCP.
Yeah.
Give us Big Z and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I think he ran the 22 for Oxygen. I'm not sure.
Let me take a look at this. I got you. Keep going, dude. Keep going.
And then, for those who don't know, RLCS Worlds took place in Fort Worth, Texas, at Dickies Arena. One of my buds, Tiger, was at that Worlds. I sadly was not able to go due to due to A, money, B, I don't want to be driving in Texas, and C,
right,
and C, I don't got time for it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But there's a lot that happened at Worlds. A lot of drama, a lot of ups. One of the big things that happened was, for those who don't know, there are major regions in esports and minor regions in esports, just like there's the major leagues and the minor leagues. But in the RLCS, all of these regions compete together.
Really?
There's no minor league.
By the way, Droid, it was Novak and Femi that drove for Oxygen this year.
Give me Novak and I'll be happy.
I can't argue that point. I really can't. Zach's a hell of a wheelman.
Novak was insane, and he's sponsored by Coke, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So that'd be a big investment for KCP, but I don't know if we got the money considering the fact that we let go of our Rocket League and Apex roster.
Yeah, and you guys have the KCP. From what I'm looking at, you guys have Graham and
Wyatt.
You still have Graham and Wyatt, so that's going to be a bit of a tight go.
But back to Fort Worth. To explain, so basically, your major regions are 3 regions: the Middle East, because of money, Europe, and North America, also known as NA, EU, and MENA, which is Middle East, North Africa.
Really?
Those are your 3 major regions because they've basically dominated the esport for years.
And
your minor regions include South America, Oceania, what is called the Sub-Sahara Africa, SSA, and APAC, which is the Asia Pacific region. Asia Pacific, Asia Central. That's what APAC means. And the biggest upset in recent world history happened between Oceania and NA. My Kansas City Pioneers took down the number 2 seed, Gen G Mobile 1. In 6 games. There was no Game 7. It went 6, and they closed it out in the biggest upset in recent RLCS history. And I've been in contact with Fiber all year. So after that series, I was fucking texting them like, let's go. Whoa, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh, there goes that one for the radio today.
Droid.
Listen, when I'm talking about something so passionate, it's hard to control my words.
Get better at it.
I'm trying.
Try harder. And I
what
know
do you
where
think I'm doing?
Droid, shut up a minute. I know where you're coming from. I can make that joke because I know where you're coming from. All right?
Yep.
That's a dollar token.
Trust me, Droid. I know exactly where you're coming from.
You also got to remember, I haven't been on these type of shows as long as y'all have. So you have more control over your words versus me.
You're covered. Go ahead.
You can just bleep it out in post.
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it in.
There's no bleeping out in post. This is live, damn it.
I'm leaving it in. Go ahead, Droid. Go ahead.
I meant for the TV, but
rerun.
This just turned into a short.
But I was like, yeah, Fiber, let's go. How did you do that?
I'm just saying.
Oceania has always been clowned on as a region for so long, just because they're a minor region. Mm-hmm. They only get 2 spots at every major, every world championship. And to be honest, the seeding for the world championship, it's weird. Mm-hmm. This one was really weird because Middle East was supposed to get 2 seeds, but the second seed was unable to make it to Worlds. So you want to know what RLCS decided to do?
What's that?
Instead of giving it to the 3rd seed in MENA, they gave it to Oxygen Esports and made a 5th seed in EU.
Oh, wow.
So MENA was very upset that they didn't have more representation because of an opinion.
Oops.
But to be fair, Oxygen Esports, who quote-unquote was not supposed to be there, ended up making a deep run. I think they made it all the way to the semifinals against Team Falcons before losing in that series in Game 7.
Today's swear jar is brought to you by
box.
Mario's right fist. When you need to cover a swear jar, use Mario's right fist. Shut up, Shane.
Oh, look at that. So Oxygen is owned by Roger Kraft. Oh, look, another Boston team losing in Game 7. Anyway.
You're not right in the head, dude. You're not right in the head.
Somehow, some way, I saw that one coming. I don't know how, but
I think it was after I said Roger Kraft. You were like, "Oh no."
Oh my gosh. Oh, nuts. I think we better close the arcade on that note.
But actually, I do need to say congratulations, Team BDS, on winning the RLCS World Championship, I believe, for the second time in the last 3 years, which is really impressive, especially with how much BDS changed in that 3 years. Losing their head coach and bringing in a new coach in, getting used to him, and then coming all the way in and winning the World Championship again? Jesus. And oh my, it's like so impressive to see how much, it's impressive to see how much you can do with a new coach. And maybe the Cowboys should take notes.
Bang.
On that note,
the gun is hot and it is loaded for anybody.
On that note, I'm turning the neon off. Let's get out of here.
Victor's not going to be too happy with me on that one.
He said, and with that, I'm leaving.
But it's true.
Victor,
McClown needs to get out of here. Pennywise needs to get out of here.
Victor, you may need to come back. I'll make it up to you. Because coming up next, yes, LeBron, it is you.
It's you.
It has always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen.
Do we really have to do this?
Yep, because I'm going to make y'all laugh with my retorts to these bronzesexuals.
I can't believe there's. It's the preseason. Please. It's the preseason. They're still barking. Give me a break.
Dog, you need to remember, they just don't quit.
They really need to.
They're like the Cowboys. They just don't quit.
Come on.
Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Williams stood at 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Droid is out here like he's got a doggone AK-47 and everybody's catching strays. Between that and what we've got coming up, I ain't got enough Excedrin for this, let alone anything else.
I didn't say anything.
What they do? What they say?
Shut up. You know good and God almighty damned well what you said.
Maybe Kraft should stop playing games and actually play the actual game.
Oh.
Holy Verhage.
Holy Verhage is crazy. You know what you mean by that.
That's
and I love you for it.
That's why I said it.
Just play the heartbeat and get this over with.
No, he's going to laugh at you a little bit longer.
Holy Verhage. I can't believe that Droid took those shots. I take that back. Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. Let's be real.
I can believe it because my son takes the same shots at me for being old. Like I mind. All the kids make fun of me because I'm old.
Droid out here thinking he's in GTA 5 and getting rid of people on the oppressors.
Speaking of
the
shots,
reason I say when I'm on the show, safety off.
Well, one of those safeties have to come on. I'll discuss that later. Right now, I'll fire a shot of my own.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Part of me wants to
flag in the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Part of me wants to say something, but I'm afraid Cole would actually do it.
Say it.
I'm glad there's not one for New England.
You got a smile on his face. You shouldn't have spoke words, Mr. Shane Lake.
What's sad is I already know there's probably one coming.
Now he ought to know better than that.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Play the heartbeat, please. Just play the heartbeat.
Do not
As
make
I
me.
said.
Don't make me go rabbit hunting.
As I said. Now he ought to know better than that.
Don't make me go rabbit hunting.
Because yes, LeBron,
I'm
it is
hunting
you.
Webby.
It has always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen.
Play the heartbeat.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Oh,
Good Lord, I'm
Lord.
about to throw up.
Dear Lord.
Like I said, between catching those strays and this, I ain't got enough Excedrin.
I feel like you'd rather me rip into your Boston Bruins than listen to a Bronzexual.
What's sad is I deal with both on a constant basis up here.
Let's just get this over with. Please, Snowman. Don't make us wait.
Just
You see this expression I have?
Not really. The Son of God is kind of putting a glare on your face.
Be glad. Be glad.
Victor, you stay put. Because Hurricane Max opened his whole mouth and said, quote, LeBron has already achieved GOAT status. Now he just wants to play with his son. Close quote.
Who do you think you is?
What type of nonsensical bull?
First, this.
This moment of bronzexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronzexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
Proudly paid for by the city.
You know where he graduated?
Way ahead of you, droid. Way ahead of you.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna
Stockholm stupid.
I am just wondering, how do I respond to this? Oh, yeah, I know how. Since when did he achieve GOAT status?
I was about
Hell,
to
he
say.
hasn't even achieved good player status.
I was about to say.
How about
I think I
that?
know. I was about to say. I think I know the perfect group of people to give you your answer.
Him and Bronny are just two bowls of mid.
Let me change that.
They're not even mid.
They're below mid. They're two bowls of low.
Oh no!
Because
Let's get it right, man. Let's get it right. They two bowls are trash.
not even
trash.
Not even. I mean, dear God, not even that. They're just two bowls of
Dumpster
meh.
pelican.
They're just two bowls of meh. They're just there.
Oh my goodness!
They're like Dak Prescott. They're just there.
Gents, I just read something.
Not yet. They're like Ezekiel Elliott. They're just there. They're like the New Orleans Saints. They're just there.
Well, they're like the New Orleans Saints without Derek Carr.
They're like the Los Angeles Lakers. The current Los Angeles Lakers. They're just there. You know what I mean? They're like
they're like the charges at the massage parlors down in Florida for Robert Kraft. They're just there.
They're
like the Boston Bruins. They're just there.
They're like Tuukka Rask. They're just there. They're like Zdeno Chara.
No, not Big Z.
Yeah, Zdeno Chara. They're just there.
I hate it here.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because you take as many shots at us as we do at you. Shut it up. They're like...
I take more shots at my own team. Get it right.
The only shots that they were taking at me was by beats.
They're like... This'll make him laugh. They're like Jacoby Brissett. It's just there. It's like
you have to deal with him too because he's not trying to leave.
No, they're like Deshaun Watson. It's just there. They're just they're like Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski. They're just there. They're like Jacoby Brissett. Let me think. they're like Jacoby Brissett and any receiver he tries to throw to. They're just there.
Hunter Henry,
Jalen Polk.
Yeah, take the pick.
They're like
okay, so we're gonna go that road. It's Dak Prescott and CD Lamb.
It's just like Michael Penix's position at Atlanta. He's just there.
They're like Justin Fields and whomever he decides. They're like Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. They're just there.
They're like
and that just
they're like
there is leading them in the division.
They're like
they're like Nick Sirianni.
They're like Derrick Henry in the Baltimore run game. He's just there.
But he's actually producing, so you can take him out of that equation.
I was about to say.
Okay. They're like Clayton Kershaw in the playoffs. He's just there.
Actually, if you're going to use that, they're like Jack Flaherty.
They're like
Doug Peterson in Jacksonville. He's just there.
Mr. McCoffee, you ain't gonna like me for this next one, but I gotta make this joke aloud. They're like the New York Jets. They're just there. Hell, they're like the New York Giants. They're just there.
How long are we gonna let this bit go on?
They're like the Boston Red Sox after 2005. They're just there.
I mean,
even though they have won 3 World Series since then. That's why I specifically mentioned 2005. They're like the Chicago Cubs. They're just there.
They're like the Philadelphia 76ers.
Thank you for that. They're just there.
It's like Joel Embiid. He's just there.
I was
he
actually
doesn't do anything. He's just there.
This broad-sexual confession is brought to you by Akron Paperweight Company. Akron Paperweight Company. It's just there. Thank you, Ryan McCoffee.
They're like Ben Simmons.
They're just there. Look, Ben Simmons is not even just there. Ben Simmons is oh my gosh. Never mind.
He doesn't even want to get started on that.
That's a whole show in and of itself.
They're like Draymond Green.
At least Draymond Green's a champion.
When he's not getting technicaled.
True. I will give you that.
It's like Rudy Gobert. He's just there.
He's like Karl Anthony Towns in New York. He's there.
Just there.
It's like the Brooklyn mess.
They're just there. You know,
it's like every basketball team in New York. They're just there.
It's like the New York Mets. It's like the New York Mets before this season.
They're just there. It's like the New York Yankees before this season. They're just there. And JJ's not going to like me for this one. They're like the Philadelphia Phillies in the playoffs. They're just there.
It's like Tua Tagovailoa's concussion issues. They're just there.
It's like Zach Wilson wherever he is. He's just there. Bronny James is just there. Taking a spot on the Lakers that rightfully belongs to someone else. LeBron, same thing. LeBron's not even a bowl of mid anymore. He was a bowl of mid when he came into the league. He was a bowl of mediocre when he came into the league. Now, he's just there. Same with Bronny. He's just there. And it pisses me off that he's still there and people still open their whole mouth. Thank you, Victor. To say he's the... I can't even do it without the bile coming up in my throat. It's like Cameron Jarrell Newton in the 4th and 1 podcast.
Oh, Lord. It's like Cam Newton. It's like Cam Newton when he actually has to play a 4th and 1.
It's just there. Okay?
It's like Shannon Sharp wherever he ends up talking whatever he's talking. He's just there.
It's like you know what? I'll end. It's like First Take. They're just there.
Oh no!
Ew.
Find the lie.
Which is on
There's no lie to be found.
Find the lie. It's like First Take. It's just there. Okay? It's like okay. Ryan, forgive me. It's like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
I was actually going to lean more towards Aaron Rodgers and his ankle injuries. They're just there.
It's like it's like the Herd with Colin Cowherd and his cronies. They're just there, and we're stepping all over them. It's like speak for yourself. No, change that. Change that sentence. It's like any sports show on Fox Sports or ESPN. It's just mediocre and it's just there. Then Helen Acevedo, dear God in heaven, reposted, I beg your pardon, reposted this, which has the line, LeBron James is the only player in top 5 all time in points and assists. We will never see another LeBron. Helen, we don't want to see this LeBron. What the hell are you talking about? We don't want to see this LeBron anymore because he sucks. LeBron James, for 22 years, has been nothing but a bowl of trash. Dear Bronsexuals, LeBron James sucks. Change that. Dear Bronsexuals, Yo Kang sucks ass as a basketball player and has for 22 years.
The only thing he's done noteworthy is get them to write rules about flopping.
And he doesn't, and they're not, and they don't even enforce it.
Nope.
The greatest basketball player in my eyes wore 23. Or let me change my sentence, originated wearing number 23.
I was going to say there should be some red on that jersey.
He originated number 23.
Listen, the undisputed greatest of all time is MJ. There's, of course, people who have their, personal goats. The ones that, those players resonated with them a lot more because they were alive actually during their time of playing.
Yep.
And for me, that's Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
No argument here.
But if you even remotely say that, oh, LeBron's my GOAT, I grew up in his time, you grew up at the same time as Kobe was around. So don't go lying and say Bron was better than Kobe. If you say that, you need to get not only your eyes checked, but you need to take an IQ test for how stupid you are.
They need to lay off the LeBron goofy juice.
That will never happen, unfortunately.
This segment is brought to you by LeBron Goofy Juice. When you start talking like an idiotic Bronsexual, remember to take with your Hooked on Bronix.
Call 1-800-YO-KANG for a fresh order today. Proudly paid for by
It's just there.
Call 1-800. It's just there.
It's like Tropicana Field right now. It's just
there.
It's like Amalie Arena right now. Just there. It's not a laughing matter because it did get hit by Hurricane Helene.
I know. It's like
It's like Randy Arozarena after he got traded to Seattle.
It's just there.
It's like David Backus after he went from the St. Louis Blues to the Boston Bruins. He's just there.
Like I haven't been turned into Swiss cheese enough today.
It's like
David Pastrnak this year. He's just there.
It's like Tuukka Rask against Dave Boland. He's just there.
It's like David Montgomery on any NHL team. He's just there. I still find it funny how Bruce Cassidy got fired from the Bruins, and then he went and won a cup with the Vegas Golden Knights. That is still funny.
It's like, even though they're undefeated, I still call them frauds. It's like the Minnesota Vikings. They're just there.
But did you see? We'll talk about this after. We'll talk about this in post.
Okay, it's like
the entirety of the NFC North. It's just there.
They're just there. Listen, Bronzesexuals, and listen good. LeBron and Bronny both suck.
And they're both just there.
They're just there.
It's like it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet at the early bird special when the retirement home opens.
They're just there.
This moment of bronze-sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze-sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
Paid for by the city field.
I think the city field.
Yeah, City Fist is about to go bankrupt with this.
But there's a lot I love about, in general, just the NBA. But LeBron takes away all of that love.
I was about to say, LeBron and Bronny are just like anyone who goes against the All Blacks in rugby. They're just there.
They're just there.
They're just existing, and it frustrates me.
I close with this. LeBron and Bronny are like any of the Rams when trying to stop Roger Craig. They're just there.
I'll do you one better. LeBron and Bronny are just like Pluto. It's just there.
LeBron and Bronny are like bronzesexuals themselves. They're just there.
And they need to go away. So you know what I say to all of that?
I'll say it for you.
They're just
Get out of our face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty.
Hold up.
False start. Offense.
I'll take the false start. Dear bronzesexuals, fuck you.
Where was that button for me?
Dear wannabe bronzesexuals, fuck you. Dear all the networks that want to make LeBron James games prime time, fuck you, and fuck you.
Oh yeah, and come on, Snowman, one more time.
Now get out of our face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window.
Wait a minute, I'm not done.
False start, offense.
If y'all think to this day, if you bronzesexuals, God help you, think to this day that he's the greatest,
stop the cap.
Please. And I know a lot of you are going to say to me,
use a troll. Use a troll.
Troll.
I said that use a
troll.
As a matter of fact, you know what? Before we get out of here, I have one piece of business. Just one, but I got one piece. Shane, why are you holding your head like that? I got one piece of business.
I can only imagine where this is going.
I got one piece of business. So I had a conversation with a bronzesexual.
Oh crap!
Oh my God.
We told you against this.
This found me.
Oh, that's a
When
that's
he posed the
story.
question, how can I possibly say LeBron James is not the greatest? I looked him in his eye and I said like this, LeBron James sucks ass. I looked him dead in the eye and I said that. And he said, you can't say that. I just did. So as I said a few moments ago, and as I will continue to say, dear bronzesexuals, and I say this aloud and I say it proudly, you, and all y'all.
Now get out of our faces, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzesexual Confessions.
We're getting the hell out of here. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. College football all day tomorrow. So long, everybody.
See you guys tomorrow.
Later.